Have you ever felt like someone or something was watching you, even when you were completely alone? Today's story is about a painting, a beautiful painting, and a man who learned that some eyes never stop watching. Stay until the end, because I'll ask you 3 exciting questions to test your understanding. And remember, if you find any new or difficult vocabulary, you can ask me in the comments. Let's dive into today's suspenseful tale. This is English Fuel, the place where we improve our English skills through thrilling and emotional stories. Today's story, The Painting That Watched, will not only entertain you, but also teach you new words, phrases, and ways to describe suspense and mystery. In the dusty back room of a forgotten estate sale, surrounded by broken furniture and cracked mirrors, there hung a painting. It was a portrait of a woman, beautiful, with soft eyes and a gentle smile. Her golden hair fell in waves over her shoulders, and her hands were folded calmly in her lap. Something about her seemed alive. Daniel, a businessman with a taste for antiques, noticed the painting immediately. The moment he saw it, he felt a chill, as if a breeze had whispered across his skin. But he ignored it. "It's just old air," he told himself, and smiled. He bought the painting for a small price and proudly hung it in the hallway of his modern apartment. At first, Daniel admired the portrait, but as the days passed, he began to feel uneasy. At night, Daniel would walk past the painting, and he could swear the woman's eyes followed him. During the day, her smile seemed a little less warm, a little more knowing. One evening, after returning from work, Daniel noticed something strange. The woman's hands, once calmly folded, now seemed to grip the armrest tighter, and her smile, it wasn't quite a smile anymore. It was a smirk. "I must be imagining things." He laughed nervously, pouring himself a drink. But laughter did little to chase away the fear growing inside him. That night, Daniel woke with a start. The apartment was silent, except for the creak of floorboards. He sat up, his heart pounding. From the hallway, a soft whisper seemed to float to him. "You forgot me." Daniel, trembling, turned on all the lights. The painting was unchanged. The woman stared calmly, patiently. But now, in the shadows beneath her feet, he thought he saw something, a second figure, faint, almost invisible. Memories rushed back, memories he had buried deep. When Daniel was young, he had been cruel to someone, a girl from his neighborhood. He had bullied her, mocked her, and years later, she had died in a tragic accident. An accident Daniel always pretended he had no part in. Now, looking at the painting, Daniel realized the woman in the portrait wasn't a stranger. It was her. Older, yes. Different, yes. But it was her. The next morning, Daniel took down the painting. He wrapped it in blankets, shoved it into his car, and drove miles out into the countryside. There, he buried it beneath a heavy pile of stones, sweating and shaking as he worked. He thought he was free. But that night, when he entered his apartment, the air felt colder than ever. And there, on the hallway wall, hung the painting. Perfectly clean, perfectly still. And this time, the woman was no longer smiling. Daniel understood then. Some mistakes, some cruelties, are never truly buried. They watch, they wait, they remember. And that's the chilling end to The Painting That Watched. What do you think the painting really was? A memory, a curse, or a second chance to confess and make peace? At English Fuel, we believe that stories like these not only entertain, but also help you feel English deep in your emotions. Remember, learning a language is not just about words. It's about building feelings, images, and suspense with your storytelling. If you enjoyed today's story, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this video. And if you didn't understand any vocabulary, ask me in the comments. I love helping you grow. Now, Here are 3 questions for you to answer in the comments. 1. What was the first strange change Daniel noticed in the painting? 2. What memory from Daniel's past returned after he bought the painting? 3. What lesson do you think this story teaches us about our actions and memories? Answer in the comments. I'll be reading your responses and helping you improve. Thank you for being part of English Fuel, where stories bring language to life. See you next time for another unforgettable story.